Alright, so this tutorial is going to be centered upon partial fractions. Now the first thing you do when you come upon a partial fraction question is you make an equivalence relationship between basically the question and the result you want to achieve. Now the idea of partial fractions is to split the fraction into its respective sort of denominator multiples. So the first thing you do is set up the problem like this. Now on this side you multiply it out essentially to make it one fraction. So that's going to give you a times x plus 1 plus b times x minus 3. All divided obviously by x minus 3, x plus 1. Alright. So now you have this. Since this is an equivalence relationship, you can make the numerators equal to each other. Therefore, you let 6x minus 2 equal a x plus 1 plus b x minus 3. Alright, once you've done that, essentially you have to let x equal a number so that the thing inside the bracket equals 0, because that means the a, for example, if x equals minus 1 here, this will equal 0, so a times 0 is 0, and that will only leave you with the b component. So that's what we're going to do. Let x equal minus 1. So 6 times minus 1 is minus 6. Minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. This side we're going to have x equals minus 1, so minus 1 minus 3, that's minus 4, times b, that's minus 4b. Therefore b equals 2. Now we have to do the same thing for a, so we have to look at this and say, okay, what can I do to make this equal 0? If x equals 3, for example, then this will equal 0. Therefore you let x equal 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 minus 2 is 16. And then 3 plus 1 is 4, so that's just going to give you 4a. So a equals 4. That's basically the question solved, but the conclusion here would be that 6x minus 2 divided by x minus 3 x plus 1 equals 4 over x minus 3 plus 2 over x plus 1. So yeah, that's the question solved. Now this is a pretty trivial partial fractions question. You might be asking yourself, what happens, for example, if the denominator isn't composed of two multiples but 3 multiples? So for that I've set up another problem over here. 6x squared plus 5x minus 2 all divided by x times x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. So again, you set up the equivalence relationship with all the multiples. So the first multiple is x, the second multiple is x minus 1, third multiple is 2x plus 1. And then the idea is essentially the same. We have to try to make this into one fraction, so that's a times x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. Plus b times x times 2x plus 1. Plus c times x minus 1. So, and then of course this is all divided by x minus 1, 2x plus 1. Again, since this is an equivalence relationship, you can make them equal to each other. I mean, the numerators equal to each other. So you have 6x squared plus 5x minus 2 equals ax minus 1, 2x plus 1 plus b times x times 2x plus 1 plus c times x minus 1. Now the idea is essentially the same. What you have to do is get rid of essentially 2 of the constants, so you can solve for 1. The most obvious one here is just letting x equal 0, because then these 2 components will go away. So we let x equal 0. That gives, that's 0, that's 0, so that's minus 2. And you have minus 1 times plus 1, so that's minus a, so a equals 2. Alright, so now we can let, the other obvious one is letting x equal letting x equal 1. So we're going to let x equal 1. And 6 times 1 squared is just 6, plus 5 times 1 is just 5, minus 2. 1 minus 1 is 0, so this whole component goes away. That's 1 times 2 times 1 plus 1, so that's 3 times 1, 3 times b. And again, this is just 1 minus 1, that's just 0. So that goes away as well. Then you've got 6 plus 5, 11, minus 2, 9, equals 3b. So b equals 3. Now for the final one, 2x plus 1, so you have to make that equal 0. That's just letting x equal minus a half. So minus a half squared is a quarter, so you've got 6 over 4 minus 5 over 2 minus 2 equals 2 times minus a half is minus 1 plus 1 is 0, so this one goes away. This term here goes away as well, so you've only got c times minus a half times minus a half minus 1. So we've got to basically simplify this a little bit. This over here is going to give you 6 over 4. That's going to give you minus 3. Minus a half, that's minus 3 over 2. So that's going to give you 3 over 4c. So c equals minus 4. Again, now you've got a here, b here, and c here. All you'd have to do to sort of conclude the question would just putting those values in here, and you've solved the problem. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for new videos. Visit my website, simplifyingmaths.com. We offer some other great services like doing people's homework or personally tailored videos. We also do personal tutoring through Skype. So yeah, check it out. Thanks for watching.